Gentlemen, let's broaden our minds. Lawrence?
Well, it's official. This podcast can stop having its older friends buy it beer because it's getting up there. Episode 21, you guys.
Oh, wow.
That was a good intro, wasn't it?
Including the lost episode?
That, you know what? Probably. It probably is. That lost episode, that was Cody. That was when you really went on an anti-capitalist rant and you were just screaming. Oh, actually, no, wait. We're legal to enlist in the army, but not quite to buy beer, unfortunately. But, you know, we'll just keep bugging our cousin Trent.
What was that episode even about? I don't even remember.
Was The Martian?
Yeah, that was Martian.
Was it? Oh.
Great movie, by the way. Great movie.
Oh, yeah, we all liked it.
That's true. We really, oh, man. I'll tell you, I've been trying to buy that on Blu-ray for the last, couple weeks, and it's been sitting there at Best Buy for, $18. I'm just like, okay, I'll get it next time. And I went back to buy Spotlight, and I checked on The Martian. It's $29 now.
Yeah, they should have bought it when it first came out.
I'm an idiot, but oh well. What else is new? But how you doing, guys? What's up?
Doing swell.
It's just swell.
All right. I have some things to say, but we'll get there.
We'll get there. Okay, but before we do, let's hit on some quick little news stories here. Josh, let's get started off with you know about this more than us, so update us on the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 cast.
All right. So, as we all know, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is coming out next summer.
Mm-hmm.
The whole crew's coming back.
Is that Phase 3?
Yes. That starts in Captain America.
Okay.
So, yeah, we got some new additions to the cast. I don't know who anyone's playing yet. I have assumptions, but no one I know exactly. Who is it? Kurt Russell. Obviously, everyone knows who Kurt Russell is. He's
from the Hateful Eight. Good to see.
The greatest mustache on the planet.
Yeah. Oh, he has it. That'd be good. That'd be nice.
Someone named Chris Sullivan. I don't know who that is.
Never heard of him.
Elizabeth Debicki, who some people have heard of, and I don't know who that is.
She was in The Man from U.N.C.L.E. She was the villain. Oh, I love her.
Oh, was she?
Was she?
Yeah, she's fantastic. And she was in Macbeth. Look at that. And Great Gatsby. Wow, I like her.
Wow.
Nice.
You got Everest?
No, I don't think so.
Everest was great.
Take your word for it.
In IMAX. It was good in IMAX.
Okay, that's better.
And someone from Old Boy, which I still haven't seen, Palm Clementieff. Hope I pronounced that right. But I guess the two more known ones are Elizabeth Debicki and Kurt Russell. You said you liked her in Man from U.N.C.L.E.?
Oh, she was incredible.
Really?
She was so freaking good.
I know Alicia Vikander, but
that's true. I like that movie more than I probably should, so that's kind of biased. But she was a lot of fun. She played off Cavill very well.
Oh, yeah. She's the blonde one, right?
Yes, she is.
I just remember a blonde woman in the trailer.
You got to see that movie, man.
I never saw the movie.
Got to see that movie.
I will.
That's pretty good.
Now, Wikipedia has Kurt Russell listed as Peter Quill's father.
That's Wikipedia.
Is that just that's a Wikipedia thing?
That's Wikipedia.
Here's I don't know if I've shared this with you guys, but I have a really cool conspiracy theory for the Marvel Cinematic Universe that I hope comes to pass. So, possible spoiler for Guardians of the Galaxy 2, because I still think this might happen.
Okay.
I think that it would be really cool if they made Howard Stark Star-Lord's father. That'd be a really cool way to tie everybody together.
Okay.
That's just been I kind of just thought of that driving one day. I'm like, oh, that'd be cool.
I could see that, I guess.
Yeah, why not? Give them a reason to interact. So, but I guess that's why I'm not writing.
But I think it's implied in Guardians of the Galaxy that his dad's some sort of alien.
Yeah, his dad's from whatever the planet's called.
Maybe Howard Stark talked to aliens. I don't know.
Maybe.
My theory is it's Loki.
Ah, lame.
That'd be so cool. But I don't know.
I'm
pretty sure.
He doesn't have the hair or the pale skin for it. It's too curly and he's too bronzed. I don't know.
I'm 90% sure Kurt Russell is playing his father. So, and I think that's awesome because it's a reason to have Kurt Russell in your movie. and that's good for everybody.
True.
So yeah, that's pretty much it on Guardians. It's filming right now. They released the first picture of it, and it's great. It has a little baby Groot.
Mm.
That
Oh, he
was
still
awesome.
isn't. He still isn't.
I hope he's like that for the whole movie. That would be fantastic.
Oh, I
Just
don't
little
know
baby
about
Groot.
that.
So they can kill him again. Yeah. That'd be
And again, that should be a running joke in those movies. He dies in every movie. He's like the Kenny
Yeah, I was
of
about-
Guardians of the Galaxy.
about to say that.
He's like Jason.
That too.
Well, that's nobody likes those movies. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, those
I'm
movies are fun
I'm kidding.
to watch because they're so stupid. But
Great compliment.
You guys are breaking my heart.
no, the first three are pretty good. I won't lie. The first two are pretty good.
Yeah.
The
Is it-
third
wait.
one is hilarious because that's the
Third
3D one.
The third one's ridiculous. It's so funny.
And then there was another good one that had one of the Corys in it.
What,
I
the
don't
dead
know.
Corey or the alive Corey?
I'm not sure which one. I think
That
the
sounds like
alive
the
one.
that sounds like the dead Corey to me, but that's Feldman, I think.
Well, one of them
Corey cast. New
was in
episode.
it. And that one was pretty good.
Yeah.
Corey Feldman, where's he been?
I thought he's the dead one.
See the dead one?
I'm pretty sure he's the dead one.
I don't think so.
No, Corey Stoll is the dead one.
No, he died?
Yes, you
I
didn't remember
remember.
that? Like the two Corys? No, yeah, Corey
Mm.
Feldman's alive. Corey Stoll is dead.
Wrong one. That's the one from the Friday the 13th, by the way. Is Feldman. I can tell it's a stupid face. But yeah.
Stupid face. That's how you talk about
Look
the
at
dead.
Look, he's
Corey Stoll's
alive.
He is alive.
Talking about
They're both
Feldman.
alive.
Well, who the hell died?
No, one
Somebody
of them
died.
I don't. Many people have died in our lifetime. I don't
Oh,
know.
good one.
You know what? Corey Haim. Corey Haim. That's who
That's
died.
it.
Okay, that's the two Corys.
Ripperoni.
Corey Stoll's an Ant-Man, isn't he?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just getting my Corys mixed up. Corey Kluber, 2013 AL Cy
Guys are saying Corey too much and it's starting to creep me out.
Yeah, I don't like. I'm not naming my kid Corey now.
So
So
I wasn't ever going to, but
Doesn't sound like you're gonna have a choice, man. Fate has turned his hand to you, Josh. But anyways, let's move on. Corey Cast.
all right,
save it for
moving
discussion
on.
This week.
Can you name this episode Corey Cast?
Hashtag Corey Cast. I'll hashtag it.
All right. Moving on. Next up, we got a live action Mary Poppins is happening.
You know what? Hold on. This pisses me off. You want to know why?
Boy, why?
For all the roles that Emily Blunt should have gotten throughout the years, why does Mary Poppins have to be it? Like Catwoman,
because-
Rachel Dawes, like a million things, and she's got to be Mary.
Because she's
I love Mary
perfect.
Poppins. I know.
She doesn't seem very matronly to me, though. That's the thing.
Matronly?
You
Like,
mean
motherly?
maternal?
Whatever. Fuck off. You can cut that, right?
no, hashtag explicit.
Whatever. Mom-like. She doesn't
Yeah.
seem that way to me.
Oh, really? I'd love for her to be my mom.
That's weird.
That is weird.
That's really weird.
Oh, Christ.
Ugh, gee.
It's shaping up to be a good one, boys.
Getting down and dirty on
Now-
the Licks
so,
podcast.
Are they just remaking this, or is it like
it's a sequel.
It's a sequel?
Yes.
These kids are all dead though. She drugged them beyond like she drugged the crap out of them. Did you not
Oh, the
see that
show-
movie?
Oh my god. I haven't seen the Mary Poppins in a long time. I don't remember
no.
what happens.
She's I don't know, she's amazing. She is amazing. Just I wish it was Batman. I wish she was Catwoman. That's all.
You wish she was Batman?
No, I wish she was in Batman.
Oh,
but
okay.
her as Batman, that'd be an interesting gender switch. Female Batman. Has that ever happened in the
There's
comics?
a female Batman. There's a Batwoman.
I think there's a black
Batgirl.
Batman. I don't know about a female Batman.
There's a black Batman?
I
Yes.
don't know. Is there?
I mean, he's kind of.
Huh.
I
Oh
swear.
no, you know what it is? It's There's
Swear I
just
saw
one thing, a weird thing that what's his face, Stan Lee. Yeah, they did a crossover event where what if Stan Lee made Batman and he was a black guy who turned into a giant bat?
Hey, can you guys do me a quick favor, real quick?
What?
Can you just look at our group chat, like the group text, and then we'll talk about it.
What?
Look at the group text, like
I don't understand.
Nothing
Okay.
came. Oh boy. Oh boy.
it's a Jack dude as Batman. I searched Black Batman to see what came up, and it was just this dude.
I didn't get it yet.
Well, we're not.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
There you are.
Hashtag swole. But anyways, yeah, Mary Poppins should be fun.
Oh boy.
All right.
That image will be in
What's
my
up
head.
next, Josh?
All right. Next up, Blade Runner, the movie that nobody cares about.
I care.
That was kind of.
You like
I
you like Sicario, right?
Yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to this kind of.
There you go.
I didn't like the original, but Denis Villeneuve.
Denis
Whatever.
Villeneuve.
DV.
DV,
Denis V.
Homeboy V.
Je m'appelle Denis.
Blade Runner 2 is now coming out in January 2018. I'm so weird for this.
The Revenant did the same thing. It's probably going to be one of those late December wide release.
Yeah, but it would have. I'm so confused. I don't know if it is. It doesn't seem like it is because it's not like. I know it's going to probably be a great movie.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem like that type of limited release thing.
Maybe. I think they're.
I mean,
this is apt to change. Like they could change this tomorrow if they wanted to. So it's not like.
I mean,
this is nothing set in stone.
This isn't. I mean, obviously, this is indicating the movie being bad. It hasn't been made yet.
It's already bad.
With the way that January's been going recently, with like with Star Wars and The Revenant making big bucks, maybe that's not the case. I mean, they would be kind of shooting themselves in the foot as far as Academy stuff goes, but you never know.
It just seems like a weird time to put something out like this.
I would say like late September would probably be a better.
Yeah,
spot
I'd say like either spring or late fall, something like that. Because it's not a summer movie.
Well, it might be.
That's too philosophical to be a summer movie.
Yeah, but that's what I've been thinking. I think they're gonna like edge this away from Blade Runner into more, I don't know,
maybe they're just looking to find an empty spot where there's nothing really going on, and they just want to own the month. I mean, if that's the way they're going, and they just they don't really care about the track record of January. I mean, why not break the trend? But
subject to change. I look at this, be like, oh, it's like The Revenant or like a million other movies that are released limited in late December and blown up in January. I'm cool with it. What about you, Cody? Any thoughts?
I watch it. I really liked Blade Runner 1, so here's hoping Blade Runner 2 doesn't suck.
Seeing Gosling and Harrison Ford act off each other is just going to be
awesome.
That's going to be worth the price of admission.
Here's just hoping Harrison Ford makes it there.
He'll probably be okay.
He's looking rough.
Well, if Star Wars Episode 8 doesn't kill him.
He landed a plane by himself and survived the door.
Oh, wait. Spoilers.
Oh, wait. He's still on the IMDb page as Harrison Ford. I don't know. It's weird. But, cool. Blade Runner. And Josh, let's talk about Batman v Superman next. What's going on with it? We're just under a month away. Actually, we're just at a month away.
Yeah.
Why is it in the news?
Because apparently the Blu-ray cut is already ready to go. Because according to the MPAA, a second cut of it, director's cut, has been put through, and there's an R-rated cut coming.
Oh boy.
Now, I would be... Cody, what do you think about this? I want to hear your take.
I think that's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. If I get to hear Superman say the F word, I'd be happy.
Sure.
I still haven't watched like Watchmen, that director's cut yet.
Oh, yeah.
But apparently it's much better.
It's a little longer. I still think it's pretty good, but...
Is that the 3-hour-long one, or the one with, like, the animated stuff?
No, that's the extreme cut or whatever. This is, like, the 3-hour one.
I know there's, like, 5 different versions of Watchmen. I saw the 3-hour-long one.
I love Watchmen. But anyways...
It's a great movie. No, I just think it's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if they're doing that if they obviously didn't go back and shoot stuff after Deadpool came out to make it rated R.
Yeah,
I wonder, do you think it's, like... It's not going to be gore or anything, right?
It's rated R for
probably violence. Watch the Superman Batman fight be like 45 minutes long.
I'm actually real quick. I'm kind of okay with this only because like some people of course are gonna jump on and be like, oh, because Deadpool, but no, like it's
impossible.
Yeah, exactly. But you have to. Yeah. You also have to admit. Everybody has to admit that this is based on The Dark Knight Returns.
Mm-hmm.
For the most part, more than anything else, which is
at least half of it's going to be.
Yeah, but it's like it's heavily inspired by and it's got a lot of the similar elements. But that's R-rated. Like that's a grisly looking comic, and if it's along those kind of lines, I'm cool with it. But
yeah, so
granted, it's an extended cut, and the theater version's already an ass-numbingly long 2 hours and 31 minutes. But that's neither here nor there. But
yeah. So I have it here. It was actually this was put through in September,
Okay.
So like, they submitted this back then, so it's only coming out now. So obviously the Deadpool comparison, you can throw that out the window.
Exactly.
Um,
That
and
won't
then
stop at people though.
it says it's rated R for sequences of violence. So it's probably just a little extra blood and gore, a little more intensity.
Yeah.
That's probably it. My guess is because
We're
I'm
gonna
pretty
see-
sure because we've seen the trailer. There's like a Jason Todd, not a statue,
Oh yeah, like a
it's a
shrine.
shrine.
kind of
Yeah.
thing.
shrine
It's
costume.
memorial.
My guess is we're gonna
Give me the
see.
flashback.
My guess is we're gonna see a flashback, and in the version we get, it's gonna be a little more toned down, and then
Yeah.
the R-rated cut, maybe we'll get
We
a
get to
little
see
more,
just the crowbar.
Yeah.
like more blood, stuff like that. Like
Or also the same thing you're saying that could also apply to like Bruce's parents as well. That
Yeah.
scene.
As
So
well.
yeah, that makes sense. I was a little like what when I first read that, but now I'm kind of like okay.
And then even for the people that like think it's like, oh, why does it need to be rated R? You know what? There's a PG-13 version coming. Watch that one. Don't watch the R-rated version. There you go. Problem
Yeah.
solved.
There's
Like-
no complaining here.
Like this isn't like George Lucas replacing the version
Exactly.
and not making the original available. So
Also, to play a little devil's advocate, how often do we hear this whole a new version to be on the Blu-ray, like with Mad Max and stuff like that? So, I'd put my money on the fact that we're never going to see the R-rated version of this. But that's
I mean,
just, I feel like that happens a lot where you get the whole extended cut, yada yada, and then it's like, no, the studio's just not going to do that. That makes no sense. Or we get it down the line or something. But
I mean,
Still
for
waiting
this
for my
one,
black and white cut of Mad Max.
true.
I know that the Mad Max one. I think I saw someone that's coming out later this year. They always do it later after the initial release. They'll milk the money as much as they can.
Oh, true.
So-
That's good. That's a good
They
point.
released like 4 different versions of Avatar. They released X-Men Days of Future
Wait,
Past.
were any of those versions of Avatar good? Just wondering.
No.
I loved it. So there's like 20 minutes of extra.
Remember when the world was like freaking out over the Navi or whatever sex scene? That was like all in the news for 7 weeks. It was crazy.
There was like this rumor of like the extended unseen sex scene.
Full
was funny.
penetration. Just it's like Thundergun Express.
Attaboy. Like, you don't get
That's
that.
a Sunny reference.
Oh god, calling the bomb threat. Anyways, so moving on to the last story, Josh. This actually just broke.
Yeah, like 10 minutes ago.
Pretty much 10 minutes ago. Unexpected, I think. So what's
Very
going on?
So as we all know, Pacific Rim 2 has kind of been through it a little bit. It was going to be happening, and then it was delayed, and then it turns out it was kind of canceled. And this is all from Guillermo del Toro.
Who's a
and
great
then-
Twitter follow, by the way.
Oh,
Yes,
he's
he
so
is.
good.
And then right now it's coming out that now it's actually it is going to happen. And Del Toro is going to produce, and I think he said he's co-written the script, or I don't know if he actually already wrote the script, but Stephen DeKnight, who is the showrunner of Daredevil season 1, will be directing Pacific Rim 2. So
As somebody who just finished watching Daredevil, cool. Cool.
You're really enthusiastic, huh, buddy?
Well, we'll get into this in a quick second in our talk, but I mean, I really don't need Daredevil, or I don't need Pacific Rim in my life anymore
I
than
do.
I've already
I
had
do.
it. No, that's
I do.
cool, but you also take into account that I'm an 85-year-old man, and that movie
That
was
is
too
true.
loud. So, like literally, not great acting. It was just kind of
kids on my lawn, and they're just
Exactly.
messing up my garden, and
exactly.
there's all these robots and aliens and things on my lawn, and I don't like it.
they
But
were aliens from the sea. It doesn't make sense.
No, I'm too critical about that because I saw it at like midnight, which I should never do, and I was like super tired, so I just was kind of like angry the whole time because like I want to go to sleep, but this won't let me sleep. But Stephen DeKnight though, he's got some talent. It's odd that they were able to get him out of the Transformers Cinematic Universe writer room, but that's good for him, I guess. But Josh, what are your thoughts on Pacific Rim?
Well, I loved Pacific Rim.
Mm.
Thought it was awesome. I thought it was everything a Transformers movie should be, aka good,
True.
fun,
Savage.
exciting.
You're so right,
Or-
though.
Yeah, I'm a huge Del Toro fan, so I will watch and I love everything he does, even though I still haven't seen Crimson Peak, which I wanted to see so badly. But
Don't get your hopes up.
mm,
It's a
don't-
very strange movie.
then I'm very excited to see it.
It's not bad. I liked it, but it was weird. It wasn't what I was expecting it to be.
But yeah, I thought Pacific Rim 2 was just so much fun to me. It didn't take itself seriously. It was just here's your Jaegers, here's your alien monster, whatever's. Here's some awesome action. Here's some fun-ish characters. I like the characters that were fine. The acting was fine. I just loved the Idris Elba. He was amazing in it, and
Wait.
I loved.
Spoiler warning: did he die?
Yes.
Now we have to deal with Charlie Hunnam and that Asian girl who's
yeah, I love the Asian girl. I don't remember what her name is, but she was a badass.
That's racist.
No, I love Charlie Hunnam's American accent because you can straight up tell he's from England.
Oh my gosh, yes.
He's like, I don't know if I've told this joke about him before, but do you guys know that episode of Family Guy where they have Liam Neeson playing a cowboy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's straight up that.
That's
We
funny.
gotta go over there and get them. He's just,
Are we gonna get some more Charlie Day / Ron Perlman in this bad
I
boy?
hope so. Well,
hope so.
Ron Perlman came back.
yeah, the after
Yeah,
credits.
that's right.
Yeah.
So yes, I hope so.
I love Charlie Day in that movie. That was such a weird casting. It was great.
He was so good.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love Charlie.
But yeah, I love Pacific Rim. I've been really excited for the sequel, even though it's kind of taken a while to happen.
Mhm.
But I don't think they set a release date yet. It was originally supposed to come out next year.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's happening, but you never know. I have no idea. I'm excited. I loved Daredevil season 1. I'm really excited for season 2. I don't know if he was involved in season 2 at all, but yeah, I love this combination. I'm still a little bummed that Del Toro isn't doing this now, but I mean, it's another talent replacing someone who is talented, so it's not that big a deal to me. Plus, maybe it'll give Del Toro time to do Hellboy 3, please. Maybe. I don't know. I'm reaching. I don't know. I'm really excited.
Okay.
Same.
Also, fun fact about Guillermo del Toro: he actually he has some acting credits to him. I just sent you guys another picture. He played what's the kid's name? The supporting guy in Daredevil. That one guy, the dork, his Daredevil's
Foggy?
friend. Yeah. Do you see the
I get
picture?
the
Josh?
joke because he looks just like
He
him.
just looks just like him. Seriously,
Oh
go to
my
Guillermo del
God.
Toro's Wikipedia, scroll
Jesus.
down, promoting his first film. He's literally that guy from
Such a
Daredevil.
baby.
But yeah, this is cool. I mean, the movie made $400 million on a $190 budget, so they're probably gonna have to scale that down a little bit, which could be good or bad. But I guess we'll see.
More low key.
I mean, DeKnight has been used to working on smaller budgets with Daredevil, so
That's true.
maybe that's why they got him.
Small budgets on a big sci-fi action movies. Yeah. And are we getting Pacific Rim, Godzilla, or whatever?
Not as far as I know.
Okay.
Although they are all Warner Brothers, so it could happen.
Who knows in the
Hmm.
future?
Interesting.
After King Kong gets his shit pushed in.
Pegged. Yeah.
I think I'm starting to lean Team King Kong on that one.
Really?
Yeah.
That's how I was for the longest time until I saw a Godzilla movie. Then I realized, okay, King Kong has no chance.
I was watching Peter Jackson's King Kong the other day, and I was like, I really like King Kong. I think I might root for King Kong when they give us our new King Kong.
I'm team actually make a good movie instead of just doing a monster versus monster, but that's just me.
I'm
You're
team
so old.
bring
Stop
Bryan
sucking
Cranston
fun out of
back.
everything.
No, I'm not. I'm just kidding. But you cannot. Godzilla was like. Can we just talk about Godzilla for a second? That movie was. I wanted to like it so bad.
It was disappointing.
It was just.
I really liked it.
No, I mean, yeah, it's good, but Aaron
Ah.
Taylor Johnson should not act.
No, he's not good in
What?
that
They need to
movie. He's
take
not
away-
good. He was fine.
They got to take away his SAG card.
No,
Avengers,
he's
right?
great. He just had a really boring character to work with, and
And he looked half dead throughout the whole movie.
he just didn't.
I was just
have
waiting for him to
skill.
collapse.
There.
It's
He
horrible.
read the script and then he was like, "Oh crap! I already committed to this."
Yeah, why wouldn't you make Bryan Cranston the main character? Kill the son, let him do all the cool stuff.
Because Bryan Cranston costs more money, probably.
I know, but
But no, the main problem I have with King Kong is that there's like no fighting in it.
yeah.
You don't get to see King Kong fight or fucking Godzilla
Oh, I
fight.
thought you were talking about King Kong, like just jump
I'm
ship.
talking about I think they tease it like the trailer shows it. Oh, there's gonna be monster fights, so many monster fights, and then they cut away from it. And
I
I'm
was
like,
cool
why?
with that. I like that.
No,
That was kind of different, and it made fanboys it pissed them off, which
It
is always
pissed
fun.
me off, and I'm not even a fanboy.
I know, but like it made the
Monsters
like
fight.
militant ones, but no, that's a 7.5 movie for me. I still enjoyed it. That's a theater movie much more than it is like a movie.
Yeah. You can't watch that again.
Exactly. But Josh, do you like Godzilla?
I really liked it. Yeah. I didn't love it as much as I wanted to, but I really liked it. Bryan Cranston was the best part, but
For
I
the
do wish
10
they liked
minutes
him.
he's in the movie.
I actually just watched. He's in it longer than 10 minutes, but
Half an hour,
Um,
sorry.
Yeah.
but
That first trailer might be the greatest trailer of all time.
that trailer was phenomenal. It's one of my favorites. And I also loved Elizabeth Olsen in it. She was great.
She was in that movie.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
I loved her in it.
Whoops.
And I loved everything with Godzilla. I just wish there was more of it.
That was one of those movies I just, for some reason, went into completely blind, except for that trailer. I had no idea what was going to happen. It was a lot of fun, but let's rein ourselves back into the present, guys. We've got a horror movie to talk about.
Boy.
Yee.
Let's go back to 1600s Massachusetts and talk about
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
That's how they say it.
It's pretty much how I say it. Can't confirm, but strip your clothes off and lather yourself up with baby blood. We're talking about The Witch.
I don't think anyone has ever done that.
Well, she did.
That's true.
From evil I will turn to thee. None ever shall destroy my faith, for I repentant now shall be. Oh God, my Lord, and now begin. Oh, help me and I'll leave my sin. For I repentant now shall be. From evil I will turn to thee.
Okay, so
Oh, goodness gracious.
let's start off here just by a little blanket statement. Is that the horror genre, is not in a good place.
Oh, God, no.
It hasn't been for years. It's gone from, and Josh, stop me if I'm not making any sense or if you disagree, but it went from being a genre about characters and stories and plots to let's dump $10 million into this crap pile, turn it for a good profit, and make all the kiddies squeal with jump scares. Am I wrong there?
You're in the ballpark.
Okay. Really? I thought I'd be at like second base by now.
Now, here's my argument to that,
Okay.
is that I think it's starting to go back in that direction of it being about characters.
Yeah, I'm
You know,
with you.
I'm getting that.
Sorry, I didn't know.
This is the end of it, but I was gonna say, starting with I think maybe the first Insidious movie. I'm taking people's word for it. I haven't seen that, and then The Conjuring. I think we're starting to sort of get back into characters, story, and then scary stuff. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So then The Witch comes along, and it kind of, I don't know, for me, maybe this is different for you guys. It kind of straddled the line, and it tried to push horror in one direction, despite the actual, I guess, the big budget, quote unquote, because they're kind of cheap to make, are going in a different direction. You know. So this is like it's in a really weird kind of in between spot of good horror and bad horror. But in like a different, but it's going for different things. It's in kind of a different way.
It is definitely a different movie.
Mm-hmm. Different, as we all know, with can sometimes mean good, but sometimes not. So, Josh, I want to start with you. What is, since you kind of brought me to your side with anticipation for this movie, what do you think about The Witch?
I loved it.
Mhm.
It's my favorite. I don't know if I could say it. I think
My
it's
favorite movie of
the year.
2016.
I think it's my favorite movie of the year so far.
Okay.
It's kind of between that and Deadpool. Obviously, it's the only other one I've seen. But
Oh, not Hail Caesar? No.
oh
You didn't
god,
love Hail Caesar?
Yeah.
no, I did not. That movie is not good. Anyway, but yeah, I love this movie. This is, to me, this is horror. This is true horror.
Okay.
And I mean, I don't know if I want to go on a whole rant about the whole, because there's been a bit of a backlash towards this movie from kind of quote unquote horror fans. I'd say more general audience members, I guess.
Those are your Paranormal Activity viewers.
Yeah. But I mean, and I'm not, anything I say, I'm not trying to sound like I'm smarter than people, because I'm not. In fact, I'm probably dumber than a lot of you people that have seen the movie. But I'm just saying, like, from my point of view, horror is, I mean, I'll get to my actual thoughts on the movie in a second, but like, horror kind of, everyone just kind of goes out, they shell out their $12 a ticket to see, horror movie
Mhm.
that comes out once every 2 months because it looks like it's scary. It's like, and I worked at a theater. I know I can hear the reactions coming out, and I hear these dumb people coming out, and they're not dumb, but I hear all
Don't
these.
say it. They're dumb. I heard somebody ask their friend today why Frank Sinatra was called Old Blue Eyes. So call him dumb all you want. I don't care.
They're not dumb. It's
They're
just
dumb.
they're just
Anybody under the age of 16 is legally dumb. I'm sorry.
Ooh.
I was 16. I would have said the same thing. Oh, I'm stupid as hell. But
But it's just like when I see people coming out of movies like there was a movie, the horror movie that came out a couple weeks ago with Game of Thrones girl.
The
Forest.
forest. Yeah.
I saw that movie and I didn't think it was that great.
Mhm.
Or no, I didn't see the movie. I caught like bits and pieces of the movie, and every time I went in, I was like, "This is really dumb. This is everything I hate about horror movies."
Mhm.
And then when I hear people coming out, and I'm going, and I hear them going, "Wasn't that scary? That was so scary. I jumped like 5 times."
Ah.
Just like
That's how you know it
being
wasn't
startled
scary.
isn't scary.
No. Okay. All right.
Being
Point
startled by
counterpoint.
a loud noise.
Point counterpoint. People go to horror movies for that kind of a dopamine rush.
But there's
And that's
more.
that is what the movie set out to deliver a majority of the time. How they do it is a completely different matter. There's a lot of different ways to approach how to scare people, but I don't know, maybe because I'm not as cherished with as you, because I don't know, maybe I'd sing a different tune if it were like spy movies under question, but that's if just like a comedy sets out to make you laugh, if a horror movie, even I can even say, if you throw a couple jump scares at me, some good tense sequences, I'll probably like it at the end of the day. Not that I see a lot of horror movies, but
I don't mind jump scares.
yeah.
They just
It's
got to
jump
be used
scares
well.
if they're used well, and if
Mhm.
it's when that's all they rely on.
Right.
It's when you have a movie that doesn't care, that has I'm gonna use The Gallows as an example because I
Oh, I
despise
like that movie.
it. Well, you're wrong.
Oh,
Um,
I don't like it. I like, I just
Ironically
watch
likes
it.
it. This
and
is
laugh.
the hipster Mason hour.
Yeah.
The Gallows. It has terrible characters.
True.
It doesn't make you give a crap about anything going on.
Unless to see them die.
It sets up all your characters so that you just want them to die, and then makes them throwaway victims, and has a couple loud noises every once in a while to keep you jumping in your seat.
Some orchestra
not-
stings.
That's not a well-made horror movie. That's someone who got paid a few $1,000s to make the studio a few $1 million.
No,
That's all
It's more than a few. Oh my
Well,
gosh. Do you remember the
I
turnaround on Paranormal Activity? It's like $50,000 movie, $300 million return.
Yeah.
That's good business.
And like I like the first Paranormal Activity.
First
I think
Paranormal Activity is actually pretty good. The
It's
second
pretty
one
good.
is also all right.
I've seen bits and pieces of like all the I saw bits and pieces of 1 and 2 of 2 and 3, then I saw 4 and I hated 4.
Okay, well, let's gear this back towards the witch.
Yeah, but anyway, back to the witch. So yeah, the witch comes out, and I see a lot of people saying it wasn't scary, it was boring. It had there was no, scary. It was just drama. I'm like, you mean characters, development, natural progression of making you scared, tension, suspense.
Mhm.
But anyway, as for my thoughts on the movie, I loved it. It very reminded me of The Shining.
Cody just peed himself.
Oh,
Or maybe not. I don't know your thoughts, but
The Shining? Or the
no,
movie?
the witch. We'll get that in a second. But, sorry.
But yeah, it's a very slow movie, and I don't want to say it's not a movie for everybody,
Oh,
but
absolutely not.
it's very a slow moving movie. It is essentially somewhat of a drama, but the way it handles scaring you is making you. The way I describe it is it makes you feel fear. It's not trying to necessarily, make you jump out of your seat and be like, oh my God, I want to cover my eyes. It makes you go home and want to take a shower. That's the goal of this movie, is to make you feel disturbed, to make you feel eerie, make you feel like this is really just something wrong, but in a good way. And it's phenomenally well acted. This is some of the best acting I've seen in a horror movie in probably years. Because
with The Conjuring as a barometer for it, where it was
I
just stack it up.
think it's better than The Conjuring. I think
Okay.
not the
Yeah.
movie. I think The Conjuring is a better movie, but I think the acting in the movie is better.
Oh, okay.
But
Vera Farmiga. No, I'm just.
she was great. But the main actress, I'm not gonna remember her name. Taylor something.
Anya Taylor-Joy.
Anya Taylor-Joy. She is fantastic.
So good.
She was
Thomason.
incredible. Yes. And I'm so excited to see what else she does. And the rest of the cast. I mean, all the two adult actors. I don't remember their names, but they've been in other small things. Like the dad, he was in one of the Harry Potters.
Yeah, he was one of the Caro brothers.
Yeah,
I saw that.
That woman, the
she
mother,
was
she was in
terrifying.
Game of Thrones, I think.
Yep.
Yeah. So they've all had like small roles in other big things, but they haven't really been a star of anything. So this was a nice kind of showcase for more to get to where their acting ability down. I thought everyone was fantastic, and I thought especially the younger brother. There's one scene with him.
Yeah.
He blew me away in this one scene. I don't know. Are we going to talk spoilers now?
Not yet. We'll get that.
Not yet. Okay. There's one scene in particular. He blew me away, and I want to see this kid. What else he can do? And even the two twins.
They were pretty good.
They were scary. They were like the Shining level twins. Scary. They creeped me out. Not quite the same way, but. And then just this whole movie is. I mean, obviously it's directed by Robert Eggers. It's his first movie. I'm so on board with this guy with just one movie. I cannot wait to see what he does. He completely nailed how to use tension well, while also building characters, making you invested and interested in what's going on. It has a really good story. Nothing incredible, nothing groundbreaking. It's simple, but it has the snowball effect where it just kind of escalates more and more as it goes on until you get that crazy third act.
Oh God!
Which just everything just goes completely the way you don't expect. And I have some mixed feelings on the ending. We'll get to later, but overall, I think this is a incredible movie. One of the best horror movies I've seen in a very long time. With a couple more viewings, could probably be one of my new favorite horror movies of all time. I loved it.
Cool. Cody, you're just getting out of this, so what are your fresh thoughts?
I'm going to preface this with me saying that Regal totally screwed me over with this movie. So when I went to see it, of course Fathom Events was having some stupid-ass opera song playing.
Ugh.
There's some tenor, Jonas something Kaufman.
Yeah, they do that.
Fucking prick. So it's not his fault.
I'm looking forward to your hate tweets tonight. Just add him.
I'm going to bed after this. I can't do it.
True.
Maybe tomorrow when I have time, but
Right.
no, it's just it killed a lot of the tension that this movie built. And my score, I'm probably going to give it a lower score than I probably would, because I feel like given another view of this movie, I'd really, really enjoy it. But now that that's out of the way,
Wait, so
I agree.
What exactly was going on? So
You know how there was a lot of silent parts in the movie, right?
Yeah,
How
so you could
it's a very
hear-
quiet movie. You could hear it from next door. You could hear him singing.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So whenever
I
there
get
was a
that.
quiet part, you would hear that. People would start giggling, and I'd be like, "Stop it! Just stop it! You're part of
That
the problem,
sucks.
guys."
That really sucks.
So yeah, there's only like 6 people in my audience, but I don't know. I want to see it again. That being said, I agree with you, Josh. This movie is not the typical horror movie. I would liken this movie to the Blair Witch Project. Whereas a lot of those movies, they try to scare you with the jump scares and stuff, but like the Blair Witch it's a slow burn that is really, it's more stressful than it is scary.
Yeah, I agree. I see where you're coming from. I agree with that.
And that's how I felt during a lot of the scenes in this movie, which is not a bad thing. I love the Blair Witch Project.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I think I liked it. I'm pretty sure I liked it.
Just
The
gotta watch it
acting-
without the opera.
That's poor theater placement on their part. Damn.
That is, they should have thought. I want to know how many people were even in that stupid thing.
It's not.
Wow.
We're in
me.
central New York. Nobody is cultured up here.
Maybe down here in Ithaca they probably, but even then, opera
Maybe.
sucks.
But yeah, without getting into spoilers, everyone was so good, especially the main character, or arguably the main character. I think it's a split between what's her name? I don't know how to say it.
Anya Taylor-Joy.
No, her character's name.
Thomason.
Yeah.
Thomason and her father.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're both vessels for the audience because the father. I could imagine watching this movie as a parent and feeling just such
dread
and helplessness,
Mm.
and that would just be so frustrating. But yeah,
Okay.
I think that, and then Tomlinson is like us, where she's just watching all this shit happen, and again, she's helpless because there's nothing she can do, and it's really, really frustrating, which is good and stressful. I think that's all I have to say right now.
Okay. As for me, I don't set out to be the odd man out who doesn't like what the general public likes. I really don't. I give everything a fair shot. I've said on this podcast before, and I've communicated to you guys how excited I was for this movie. And like I was saying earlier, comedies and horror movies are very similar in that they have, for me at least, they have one objective, and if they hit that objective, I'm guaranteed to like it. If comedies make you laugh, horror scares you. To be honest with you, I wasn't scared or unnerved. I was surprised, but not scared or unsettled by really anything in this. This did not connect with me. I just kind of, I don't know. I guess I wasn't expecting, I don't think I was expecting something, Conjuring like, but even then, even if I was, if I wasn't expecting something that's much more simpler, I don't know how much more I would like this movie. It just didn't really work for me. It was a little boring. And I don't know. This just didn't work for me. I wasn't scared. I wasn't unsettled. The ending is just the most idiotic thing in the entire world. That kind of negated the entire movie for me. And I feel like for a movie that is this methodically done, the fact that they went the route that they did just makes no sense and is just kind of lazy. But and the other thing that I noticed is that with these unnerving moments, like there are scenes sprinkled here and there, like the very first sequence really, or the one with a young kid. All of these are, they're unnerving, so they're trying to get under your skin and lead to something else, but they never. The movie almost shoots itself in the foot by showing too little, where only just a touch more probably could have saved and given the events that happened a little bit more, I don't know, credence or justification or something like that. But as it stands, it's just kind of a conglomeration of scenes that are expecting you to have the faith that it all makes sense and meshes together when it really doesn't. So that's my 2 cents. I also didn't really care for the acting. Like the two little kids were just, I was most impressed with those two. They were how you got two kids like that to maintain that energy and do all those specific acting things was pretty incredible, to be honest with you. But other than that, like Josh, you mentioned that the kid, Caleb or whatever, I thought he was horrible.
Really?
I thought he was phenomenal. I thought he was like Oscar-worthy good.
He was.
He was no kid from Room, but
yeah. I mean, he was the only one who I was like, okay, you're acting here, where he's got those scenes where he's like checking out his sister, or he's delivering these really complicated lines really stiffly. Like that's just, I thought he was kind of. As the girl was fine too. She did a really good job of being like you were saying, Cody, the vessel for the audience and just sort of the unknowing observer. But then all that gets taken away with the ending. So it's just kind of ridiculous to me. But let's talk about, since we've already all hit on it, let's talk about the ending. So all this stuff happens. Like the baby dies, and then the spoilers, obviously, the baby dies at the beginning, and then Caleb, the oldest son, he dies. And a bunch of other really weird stuff happens, and then the Billy Goat kills the dad, just rams the crap out of him, and turns into Satan. And then she goes and hangs out with a bunch of levitating witches in a forest. She just sort of goes with it. Like, what is that? I don't get it.
The goat was the witch.
No, the goat was Satan. It literally
Yeah,
says
the bunny was the witch.
Yeah.
Yeah, Black Phillip takes the form of Satan, tells her to strip naked, and helps her sign her name in his book. Like, the goat is Satan. Like,
Yes.
That's
No one's arguing.
Yeah, it's crazy. No, I'm not saying you guys are arguing. It's just like, it just seems like it's such a strange thing to do. Like, let's do Satan. Here he is in this kind of paranoia sort of movie. What if everything was happening in her head? Or what if she was just losing her mind and
That'd be
losing her
dumb.
sanity and she killed everybody or something different than
That'd be so dumb.
Satan? Like, that's just kind of, okay. Well, all right, what do you guys make of the ending?
Well, here's the thing. Maybe that is what happened.
Yeah.
Because it's never like straight up said. Maybe she is going crazy at the end after she kills her mom.
Maybe.
Because I would go insane after I killed my mom, even though that mom was a
Horrible.
horrible mother.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I didn't hate it. It reminded me of another movie.
Mm.
This movie's ending was just, I'm not going to say exactly the same as Sinister's, but it was very similar to Sinister, where what was going to go wrong, like what they were trying to prevent the whole time, happens anyway.
Yeah, I can see
Oh,
that.
true. I like
And
that.
it's a downer of an ending, because you don't want her to be a witch. I mean, I didn't want her to be a witch. I wanted her to go help a family,
Mm.
you know, be a normal girl, but get checked out by her brother, you know, normal shit. But I forgot where I was going with that.
But
It's like
did
Sinister.
the ending? But did it work for you? For I guess what came before it?
It just seemed like they were trying to end it.
Yeah.
That is the one negative I do have with this movie that I can remember, other than Jonas Kaufman.
Mm-hmm.
Is that ending seemed rushed. Like, okay, all this has happened. What now? What happens to her?
Yeah.
That could have went two ways, where they could have went like the traditional horror movie route, where they're like, okay, she's gonna go away now. She's gonna be happy, or she's gonna die, but they did the third way, where she's fine and she's a witch. Now she's gonna do that to another family.
Yeah, I mean, and for as much character development that there is, we know nothing about the witch. Like, she sets everything in motion when she kills the baby, and she pretty much kills the son. But we know nothing about her. I mean, she can be a rabbit, and she's naked a lot, and
She can be really cute,
yeah, and
she can be really gross.
yeah, but we don't get like, okay, who is she? Why is she a witch? How is she a witch? Like, that's kind of stuff that I want to know, especially if you call your movie The Witch. Like, it's just,
I mean, I didn't see a problem, because to me it was focused on the Thomason character and her father,
Yeah.
so
and Caleb. To me, it should be focused on the protagonist. I mean,
well, to have a
the witch is there.
protagonist.
the
Yeah.
witch is there, but she's not really the focus. The focus is the things she does, the things
just
that
driving the
happen,
plot.
because
Yeah, and
she's a tool to move the plot along, which
Yeah,
is
but-
completely fine.
when the thing she does doesn't hold as much merit.
Get out.
Sorry, it doesn't hold as much weight when you know nothing about the person who's doing it. You know,
She's a
Like-
witch.
I know, but imagine if you have the Dark Knight and you only see the Joker when he kills people. Like, what's the point to that? Like, I
Well,
want to
here's-
know.
Here's the thing about what you're talking about is
Yeah.
that this said it's the tagline of the movie is that it's based on folk tales, right?
Mhm.
And how many of these folk tales do they go, here's the witch, this is her backstory, this is what she did, here's how she's a witch? I think what this is a modern retelling of scary folk tales
Mhm.
to get
Exactly
kids
what
to
it is.
not go into the forest.
Okay, I can see that.
So I think that the point is that the director was trying to make is that I don't know what
Stay out of
his
the
point
forest.
was. Yeah, don't go into scary forests or the Blair Witch is gonna get you.
hmm
But yeah, I think that was definitely on purpose. It wasn't like an oversight, and he didn't like go okay. He's just here. It's just here to roll or move the plot along. It's not. Wait, what am I saying? Oh God, sorry, I'm so tired, guys. What he did that on purpose, is what I'm saying. It's
Okay.
like, he didn't set out to make like a monster movie about Jason. You know,
Yeah.
this wasn't about the witch, and I think that it's better because of that.
Okay. That's just one way to look at it. Josh, what's your take just overall on the ending here?
I'm torn, but I'm more towards the positive side.
Okay.
When it initially ended, I was like, huh. I was like, I don't know how to feel about that. Initially I was so kind of overwhelmed with everything going on, and I was kind of creeped out. I was like, oh my God, this is really happening. And it ended. I was like, that's an interesting way to end it. That's an interesting direction to go. And I thought about it more and more. And I have two trains of thought. So on one hand, it isn't completely satisfying because it is a downer. But I don't really mind a downer ending if it's done well and if it feels like it fits. And in this case, I sort of think it does, although I still maybe wouldn't have minded seeing them doing a different direction, but I'm fine with the way they went about it. I think it was a well-directed scene. I think it kind of tied the whole last third act tied into the ending well. And to me, it felt fitting, like a semi-fitting conclusion to everything that went down towards the end of the movie. Even if I personally don't love the events that actually happen, but I can, I don't know, I can accept it.
Okay.
I guess.
Okay. Yeah, that's just kind of, I don't know. Do you think that there are other horror movies that if somebody like me or just anybody else who kind of didn't really get this movie, is it just a lack of horror knowledge that is kind of...
No, I don't.
No?
I mean,
No, this is the type of
Again,
movie
it's
that's
not
not
for
for
everyone.
everyone. It's a slow movie.
Yeah.
That's what I think that this movie's biggest problem, other than the weird ending, was its pacing.
Okay.
It was very, very, very slow. The establishing shots kind of lingered.
Yeah.
like,
Was this directed by Alejandro Gonzalez Iñárritu or
But no,
did
I
this guy
will
see
say
The
that
Revenant? Like,
the cinematography was gorgeous.
yeah.
This movie was so pretty
Mhm.
at points.
it was pretty, but it was also like ugly.
Really unsettling at sometimes. So whenever it was in the forest, I was unsettled.
Yeah, it reminded me of Home a little bit. I was just like, I can walk to this in like 5 minutes, but whoa, maybe there's like a bunch of witches behind my house. That'd be fun.
That would be the dream, dude.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, I just gotta watch out for goats, man. That's just
Just watch out for
yeah. The goat, Satan being the goat. Can we just? Does that have any basis in like lore or anything?
Sure,
Is
it
Satan-
does. It's nothing I know of, but I'm sure that there's goats have been associated with Satan for a long time.
Oh, have they?
Pretty
Mhm.
sure. Like, don't demons have goat legs?
Maybe. I don't know. Oh,
know-
okay. All right, that makes
I
sense.
know
Yeah,
there's some version of Satan where he has goat legs.
yeah, like the pentagram and stuff. Okay, I googled it. Baphomet. It's like a goat dude. Okay, that makes sense. But
And the horns.
yeah, sorry, Satan, but the goatee really kind of hinders your ability to be scary. Unfortunately, you don't look so much like Satan as a member of Smash Mouth. Unfortunately.
Oh, that might be the biggest insult you could give a guy.
Sorry. Well, hey now,
You're insulting Satan, so it's not really that big of a deal.
he did form that band, so
He had to have
he was.
that and Limp Bizkit.
Oh my gosh, great Deadpool joke, by the way. But so yeah, anything else you guys you really passionate about with this movie? I feel like we covered a lot of ground.
I mean, I loved it. I mean, again, I say if you're a horror fan, go out and see it. But I mean, brace yourself because it's not for everybody.
Yeah, and I want to point out, just from you saying that, I want to point out I'm not as much like stupid big movie trash as I may seem to be. Like I like a lot of smaller, like you said, slower movies, like Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, one of my top 5 favorite movies of all time, and that kind of got the same rap. It's like, oh, just too methodical and slow. And while those aren't similar movies, they do share some qualities with them, with each other. So
I think a good movie to compare this to is The Babadook.
never saw that.
Oh my god.
Did you see it?
That movie is so great.
Yeah, it's.
Watch that.
I didn't love it as much as other people did, but I really, really liked it and I really appreciated it.
Mm-hmm.
It's very similar to like the filmmaking style. It's very slow.
That
Okay.
movie has a very
It's
silly
it's
ending,
very character oriented. It's not about just scaring you. It has a couple of jump scares in it.
But they're well placed. And
they're
they
well,
make sense to the
they're
story.
earned.
You know-
Yeah.
I think that this movie needed, as much as some people might want to crucify him for this, I think it might have needed a couple of jump scares. Not because it needed to give itself to a wider audience, but do something to kind of get people's energy up a little bit, you know? So it's not
To me, that's not the point of the movie, though. It's not to be energetic. It's to be.
No. But what I'm saying is that if you do have a little bit of kind of like if you're tightening up a little bit and you got, you know, it doesn't have to be a jump scare, just something not loud, I guess, for lack of a better word, something loud, then that kind of guides you into this more unsettling, like Caleb's death, like that kind of a scene.
I think
it gets you there and kind of helps you get into the moment a little bit more. You know?
I think it had that in not loudness, but it had visual loudness, as in it had a lot of. I mean, it's a lot of really disturbing imagery, which is another thing I loved about it. But it's just a lot of kind of shocking visual stuff to it.
But at this point in 2016, what is shocking anymore?
Obviously blood isn't going to shock people. Well,
Thank God
it's
it's
just
dog.
in the if you look at it in the context of the movie, what the movie is, and then when you look at other things that are unnatural, that's the shocking element.
Okay.
And I think they did that well. And they're not going to just. I don't want them to try to force things out of this type of era of horror into that era of horror, because it doesn't work.
All right.
Playing off of your energy thing, I think that was another choice that they made because, again, it's based on folklore.
Mm-hmm.
What do you tell your kids when you're trying to get them to sleep?
I just read them tax forms. But...
So, yeah, you read them a story is what I was going for. Thanks, Mason. I know we're a comedy podcast.
Sorry. I don't. Sometimes, even if the softball's thrown up to me, I just like to let it fall.
Just can't do it.
Like grab a takeover.
So, yeah, maybe you don't tell your kid a scary story before you go to bed, but I think this is like a modern campfire story.
Okay.
Except a film. In film. I
All
think,
right.
yeah, it's just, this movie is kind of specific. Like, you need to know what you're getting into. And now that I've been talking about it, I'm liking it more. And I think I get it. I hope I get it, or I'm just an idiot.
Well, more power to you. But, you know, I figure if you take 3 random people, 2 of them are going to be on board, and then one of them's going to be like, okay, I'll take it or leave it. So
You have a 2 out of 3 chance of liking the movie.
Exactly. Like, this is, you know, that's fine, though. I'm still going to... I'll still get excited. This is by no means I'm going to write off horror or anything. I'm still... If I see something interesting with a good cast, good team behind it, then I'll still be excited. But, yeah, this kind of let me down a little bit. Not that I was expecting The Conjuring. I was just expecting something a little bit more exciting, I suppose.
Kind of sounded like you were expecting The Conjuring.
Well, I was expecting... No, I did get The Conjuring. I got a story about a family with character development and a paranormal kind of element to it. So I got what I was looking for, just not in the way that I think I prefer to see it.
My thing is, the Conjuring, I love The Conjuring. Conjuring is like one of my all-time favorite just movies in general.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like The Conjuring, I mean, even The Conjuring is it's a traditional horror movie. I mean, if you look at the basic elements and the kind of the way it works, it's basic. It's just the execution of it.
Right.
And this is not your basic horror movie. It has basic elements. It's for what it is, it's basic, but it's not something we see every day in a horror movie.
Right.
I guess.
Okay. Well, that's fair. All right. Well, let's sit up and do a grade if you guys wanna.
Yeah.
Cool. Josh, we'll start with you.
I'm gonna go 9.5 out of 10.
Okay. Solid. Cody.
I'll give this movie an 8.
All right.
Out of 10.
As I mentioned on this podcast before, how I grade stuff, and I do hold myself to those because I need to psychologically. I started a 5 and then I give and take away. So at the end of this, I kind of ended up where I started at a 5. So not my movie. But
It
hey,
literally didn't do anything for you.
it really didn't. I was just different towards it, unfortunately. I just didn't get scared. Nothing. I wanted to be looking over my shoulder and, you know, get freaked out by every errant noise in my apartment. But yeah, that's life sometimes. But You guys will be able to trash a movie that I like at some point, so we'll get a good.
We've been doing that for the past, how long has this podcast been a thing?
That's true. Spectre. Hashtag Bond. But anyways.
Quantum of boring.
Since November, we've been doing that, so I think it's okay.
Okay. All right. Well, that's cool. So a quick watching, reading, listening to. So Cody can get to bed.
Oh, I'm so sleepy, guys.
All right, Cody. We'll start with you.
Watching, reading, listening. Oh boy, I've been really busy this week.
Mm-hmm.
I've been on a rewatch of this show that used to be on NBC called Chuck.
Oh yeah.
It's a spy show. You might like that, Mason. Have you ever watched it?
I've heard of it. I haven't seen it.
I'd give it a go. I think you might enjoy it.
Okay.
It's
I just
about
started Breaking Bad, so I'll put that in the back
do it
burner.
after Breaking Bad.
Okay.
Breaking Bad is more culturally relevant and important than Chuck. It's pretty good. It gets really formulaic by the third season, but you get used to it because there's a pretty girl in it. Her name is Yvonne Strahovski. I don't know how to say her name. She was in the last couple seasons of Dexter, and if you've ever played Mass Effect 2, she was Miranda. But yeah, I'd recommend that. And other than that, I've just been reading textbooks. So
cool. Josh, what about you?
I've been going crazy catching up on movies on Netflix. And one that I caught that I've never seen it before. It's considered a classic, or maybe a cult classic. Galaxy Quest.
I want to see that.
I just saw it for the very first time.
Oh, great.
And so normally for a movie to become one of my all-time favorites, and I'd have to see it maybe there's exceptions, but usually I have to see it a few times. Maybe I think this is one of them. This movie is an instant one of my all-time favorite movies.
Oh, wow. Don't you love that?
After
all this time, movies can still surprise you, isn't that great?
I had no idea what this was even. I've never seen a trailer in my life. I've never seen a still or a poster or a synopsis or anything. I just Galaxy Quest. It's on my list to watch. Click play and I watched it. Never seen a single thing. And I don't know who wrote it, but God bless you, sir or ma'am, because you made my day 2 days ago when I watched this. This is one of my new favorite comedies. This is one of my new favorite sci-fi movies. This is, and I just kept getting surprised by everyone who's in this because I had no idea what the cast was. I just kept because at first I saw Tim Allen and I was like, oh wow, Tim Allen's in this, and then everyone just I was just there's Sigourney Weaver, Alan Rickman
showed up,
and then I was just wow, holy crap, who else is in this thing? It was crazy. So that was great, and just this is one of the smartest parodies I've ever seen. Because it's not just a parody. It has a real it's like Spaceballs. It has its own actual characters. It has its own actual story. It's so much fun. Even the action is great. The practical effects and makeup, they're tongue in cheek, but still look good. It's the humor is fantastic. I was laughing so hard throughout this movie, and it has legitimate amount of heart. I don't know how this movie's avoided me for all my life, but Galaxy Quest is.
Where have you been all my life?
It is. I want to marry it. I want to put it up on a pedestal and do things with it.
Wow,
it's magical.
Well, to answer your question about the writer, one of the writers is Robert Gordon, who has since written Men in Black 2, A Series of Unfortunate Events, Sky Captain and the World Tomorrow, and then Nothing Since.
My
so
God.
he might be dead.
I didn't mind.
One-hit wonder.
Yeah, well, 12 years and he's done nothing, even according to IMDb. And then the other guy, David Howard, his only IMDb credit is this. So maybe he is
God
a pseudonym for, I don't know, what's Judd Apatow or Adam McKay.
Collins.
Yeah, oh, that'd be cool. But cool, I'm definitely going to check that out, Josh.
Me too.
It is a gem of cinematic history.
Boy.
Oh. All right. Well, I've got actually a few things. I'm just going to hit on them real quick. Firstly, I rewatched Steve Jobs the other day, and I just loved it even more than it started. I think I said in that episode or something like that. I was like, oh, I can't quite push this to a 10. Now I can. It's
jeez.
This is a 10. It's a 10 I would say 90% of the reason this is a 10 is that second act and just the whole confrontation between Steve Jobs and John Scully, or Fassbender and Daniels. Like, that's...
Oh my god, that is one of the best scenes.
That's the best, like, 20 or 15 or 20 minutes of filmmaking of the entire year, if you ask me.
So, I need to go rent this movie tomorrow.
Oh my gosh, dude.
I was
it's
gonna
great.
buy it, I couldn't commit.
You can have my digital copy if you want.
Can I really?
Sure, I don't care.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's my third favorite movie of last year. Now that I've seen it twice. Still, Star Wars and Spectre. Those are the ones that I'm gonna remember the most. But this was just, what a freaking fantastic movie. I don't care for the ending, but like, who cares? It's just an ending. And I also
it was classy.
Yeah.
At least they didn't like kill him.
Yeah, they could have. Yeah, that whole like I'm gonna make good with my daughter was just like, okay, it could have been handled better.
That's
but
nice.
Whatever.
Can you talk some more?
Yeah, exactly. Those 20, 30 minutes. I'm gonna watch those again at some point, and like tonight, just because I love them. And I also restarted playing The Last of Us.
Oh, nice.
But I gave that up because it was just too hard. But then I picked it up the other day because I was just like bored, and I realized that I had my hardness setting on like the second to hardest, and I gotten actually really far. So I was like, oh, how about that? And I kind of scaled it down. I've actually been having a lot of fun with it.
No, I actually started that too.
Oh wow, look at that.
Where are you?
Oh shoot, I think I was just at Massachusetts State Hall. I think I'm in like the subway or something.
Oh yeah, I'm on my way to the Capitol.
Oh nice. And then I also did a little bit of reading. This is be quick. I've been reading the script to The Dark Knight. And it's an easy read. You can breeze through, and I recommend you guys check it out because there's some scenes are extended, and there's some interesting dialogue changes that you can see from they started. Like, just for an example, the scene where the Joker calls into that GNN or Colton Reese when he was going to blow the cover on Batman. Remember that?
Yeah. And
he started off that scene like disguising his voice to sound like an old woman, which was interesting. In the script at least, the whole party scene is kind of restructured. Like, things happen in a different order than they do in the movie. But there's a bunch of little things that you can look at and be like, huh, I wonder, what if, kind of a deal. So, yeah. Huh. I'm busy this week. School has been like, hey, man, we're not going to give you any responsibilities this whole week. I was like, great. So
that was mine.
Yeah. I got up this morning and walked to my class 10 minutes late and found out when I got there it was canceled. So.
Oh, that's the fucking dream.
You got to check those emails.
I know. He sent it at 8 a.m., so I have no one to blame but myself. And I almost skipped the class. I almost was going to stay in bed. But I'm like, no, I got to go to class. And then teaches me to be a good student. But anyways, fun conversation, you guys.
Cool, that was good.
I like it when we don't just make stupid jokes the whole time. As much as those are fun, but an actual discussion about film is always appreciated and welcome.
That's why we do it.
Exactly. So, any final words, my friends?
Go see The Witch.
If you want.
I would say, yeah, recommend that.
Just check it out. Make sure that Jonas Kaufman isn't going to fuck everything up.
Send him a bag of shit in the mail. That's all.
Oh, I'm so mad.
Light it on fire.
I can't wait to watch it again. I really can't.
Got it 1 o'clock on a Tuesday. Nobody will be there. Be great.
Right after school.
Exactly. But until next time, you guys, we'll be coming to you a little early. We'll be talking some 999. Maybe hit up a little bit of Oscar conversations. So, but until then, you can follow us at _RealFlix on the Twitter. I tweet some relatively amusing stuff from there. But exactly. But until then, you guys, take it easy, and whatever you do not go in the forest. Stroke that goatee.
Oh, God.
The 6 months when Smash Mouth was big were like was the greatest 6 months ever. By the way, you should check out the SNL sketch that they do with us, Smash Mouth. They like burst out of this girl's closet like it's a bedtime story. Oh, it's freaking hilarious. But anyways, sorry. At _RealFlix on Twitter. Peace out.
The longest outro ever.
Cause she's an evil chick. Say she's the way.